Betty Van Norstrand. I live in Hyde Park, New York, and I've been here all my life. Fortunately, I have seen the Culinary Institute move here, which we'll get to later, but that had a lot to do with where I am today. I started out in an adult education class doing decorator buttercream flowers. This lovely lady, Irene Miller, was teaching her method of decorator buttercream flowers. And they were prettier, more realistic than everyone else's. We were going for the beauty of it, cascading, doing things that people were not doing in decorator buttercream. What's unusual about all that is, and why we started earning all these wonderful medals, and we being my partner at that time, Irene Miller, we started earning medals using a syringe, which was unusual. And this is what we were doing, decorator buttercream flowers. Way back then, there were not very many. I'm talking 40 years ago, or 45 years ago. There were not many women competing in this industry. So it caught people's attention. They thought the flowers were beautiful, and people wanted to learn. When I first started with my original teacher and partner, Irene Miller, she reached a point where she wanted to retire. She was older than I, so she retired, moved to Florida, and that left me wide open. I started to expand. Plus, I had the time to spend to perfect these flowers. I had a lovely husband who put food on the table for me, and the kids were growing up, and I just had more time, and I put it into these flowers, not just roses, but orchids, exotic flowers, all kinds of flowers and foliage. And then competed. And I competed a lot in the American Culinary Federation shows. And I was introduced to them through the Culinary Institute of America, where I was also teaching these techniques. And of course, when you have a class, these people spread out, they go home, they go back to their business. I can only spark these people. Where they go with it comes within themselves. Ron and Buddy and many, many others. I mention them because they're very well known. What they do is mainly coming from themselves. I just got them started, and as I call it, spark them. Now, I do the same thing, but because of these classes where there were many people involved, these people spread out. They liked what they were doing. Sometimes they came back, sometimes they organized classes, say for example in Canada or Mexico, where it was difficult for a group to come to me. I went to them. And from there, I started traveling and teaching and entering shows and judging shows, and it just simply has evolved into not doing cakes anymore, just decorating. And the traveling has interested me quite a bit, so I started innovating. Not just flowers, not just ruffling, but easier ways to do things, because many students were afraid to try it. They just thought it was too complicated. So I have tried to innovate using tools that made everything easier and faster, because this is obviously a slower process, petal by petal. So now I travel quite a bit and teach. And with all the friends that I've made through the years, it's just, life has been a joy for me. I'm very fortunate.